27-year-old Jake Paul, the problem child.
Oh my God.
Exactly, man.
You know what the problem is with the problem child?
What?
Is that he only fights like retired MMA fighters or basketball players, and the only person that he fought that is an actual boxer, he lost to. He lost to Tommy Fury. Beyond that, all these other guys are learning a new sport rather than being good at their sport. And I don't appreciate Jake Paul for being like, I'm the problem child. I'm like 10-1. It's like, no, you're 10-0 against novices and 0-1 against actual boxers.
But you know what he is doing that a lot of boxers aren't doing?
Selling energy drinks.
Packing out places, because over 17,000 people went to go to the Jake Paul fight. That's way more.
The pay-per-view go crazy. I don't know what the pay-per-view numbers were.
Way more than Shakur Stevenson's fight. Nobody cares
no one
about
cares
that.
About Shakur Stevenson.
Exactly. But we got Mike Perry here basically talking about the whole fight situation. Then we got Jake Paul talking about who he want to fight next after he whoop on Mike Tyson.
He hit me with a right hook to the body in the beginning.
Wow.
Mike better protect himself.
Ooh! Cracked my rib in like first 10 seconds.
Let's get this party going, baby.
Pour water on.
Mike Tyson, your next big boy. Sign the contract November 15th on Netflix. I'm excited for that one. I'm going to go home, prepare for that. And Alex Pereira, you said you want to box. I'm the king of this. Come over. We can make it happen. I want you, Alex Pereira.
I want you, Alex.
And just know the countdown is on, man. 118 days, 16 weeks and 6 days, 17 weekends until the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. But I'm
hyped, man. I'm hyped to see Mike Tyson beat the brakes off him. I don't know. Mike Tyson's super old. So again, like the second fighter you're gonna fight that's a boxer is like almost 70 years old.
Listen,
like,
man,
this
a win is a
what
win.
you're trying to do. But shout out to boy Seth. We watched the fight with him. We watched a lot of these of the three big fights. I would say we missed some of the early ones. Let us know if you watched those, about what you thought. But let's kind of go in and go through the fights. We had that H2O versus Lucas, and this was a fight that we watched, and we were like, H2O is beating the crap out of him, and who gave him the name H2O? And then Lucas out of nowhere hits him with a boom bop combo.
The H2O out of him.
And left him tooted. It was one of the most disgraceful knockouts I ever seen.
We thought he was dead.
Yeah, and then he was just like,
exactly, but tooted up in the air, man. It was crazy. It was so bad to the point where, like, when they raised your hand about who won the fight, H2O wasn't even there. He was still on the floor.
He said, "I need some more. I need some more."
Like I went to McDonald's. You know how long the McDonald's line was. I came back. I was like, "What H2O doing? He on the floor." I was like, "Man, horrible." But I mean,
that's embarrassing, man. I mean, it's crazy to be like, "Oh, I was literally winning the whole fight. If I just coasted, there was like a round and a half left. I think he could have coasted and won the fight. He got caught once, caught again, and then it was lights out." And it's crazy to fall down face first and literally butt tooted up. Like, that was a disgraceful loss. I don't know if H2O is ever going to relive that.
I mean, before we move on to the girl fight, what's worse? If you had to get knocked out one or two ways, either you get knocked out, your butt tooted up, or you get knocked out, you knocked out your shoes. Which one is it? Which one's more embarrassing?
I mean, tooted's pretty bad, man. Because you could be like, oh, like my shoes got caught. Like, it's BS. Like, I didn't have them laced up. But to end up tooted, it's like you just got knocked out and landed and assumed the position.
Like Nate Robinson?
Like that, yeah, he got Nate Robinson for sure.
Horrible.
I mean, I don't know how you come back from that.
Exactly. Then we had the next fight, Amanda versus...
which is even worse. Amanda Serrano versus Stevie Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently Stevie is a novice and Amanda is a veteran. She's been a pro fighter for many years, and she was coming back. Apparently Amanda was supposed to win her last fight, but she ended up randomly losing. So she came out with something to prove, and boy, did she prove it. She put what was it in the first round or second round? She made it through the round. Yeah, she barely made it through the first round, and then she came out and knocked her silly.
I mean, and it was. I mean, with that, what I think I really want to say it was the referee. The referee stopped it early. I really feel like, I mean,
You should have let her get
knocked to the ground at least.
To the Pope.
Well, not beat to the Pope, but at least fall to the ground. I mean, but at the same time, she wasn't really defending herself. So I mean, that's what the ref stopped it. I mean, it wasn't really the best of the matches, but I mean, I can't wait to see Amanda's next fight. But I mean, back to the main event: Jake Paul versus Mike Perry. Man, if you didn't know, they came in. Mike came in 200. Did you know Mike Perry's actual fighting weight when he bare knuckle fights is around 175 pounds?
Dang, so he's a lightweight to Jake.
He's a lightweight. So I mean, they both came up to 200 pounds. But some people are saying like Jake Paul was before the day of the fight, he was way more than the 200 pounds.
Like 215.
Like 215, like 230. Some people saying.
He did look way bigger, man.
Some people say he was all roided up and everything.
Remember, he's like 6'1". I think they said Mike Perry was like 5'10".
Yeah, you remember what Conor McGregor said? Remember the little tweet Conor McGregor said, "Oh yeah, let Jake Paul go up there all roided up and."
Well, because he's fighting in Dazan. How did they say it? Is it Dazan or Danzan?
Danza.
It's not Danzan.
Danza.
It's Dazan or something.
Danza.
But whatever, and I don't think they'd be testing like that.
Yeah, I don't think they test like that. That's one thing they are saying. They don't really test
because it's not like the what is it, like the WCB?
I mean, but Ryan Garcia lost, and Ryan Garcia fought Devin Haney. Devin Haney's on Danza, but I mean, it's really not. I guess they really don't count Jake Paul fights as really boxing fights. They probably count it as exhibitions.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you didn't know, I mean, so with Mike Perry, he's actually 0-2 now in boxing. His last boxing match was in 2015. He lost that in 2015. Then on top of that, his bare knuckle fight, he's undefeated, 5-0. But then with his UFC, that's in his UFC, he is 14-8 and 14-8 in the UFC. So I mean, he does a lot of fighting. I mean.
But he's made his way around the fighterverse.
Exactly. We've seen a couple of his bare knuckle fights. I mean, he be taking the punches. His nose be messed up.
Oh, that happened in one of his UFC fights where his nose got broke off.
It was horrible.
In his face. That's nasty.
It was horrible. I mean, but with the bare knuckle fighting, I can see what people are saying. Like that's like the ultimate form of fighting. Like if you think boxing is something like bare knuckles, real fighting. If you can take a real punch with no gloves on it, I mean, hey, it is what it is. But I did think
he was taking his punches pretty good, but I guess I didn't know he got his rib cracked in the first 10 seconds because he was kind of moving like the whole time.
Hey, I mean, that's what people doing in body shots. Jake Paul was saying the whole time that I'm gonna hit you with the body shots. Also, I mean, he did cut Jake Paul. I thought Jake Paul was bleeding.
Oh yeah, he did get a couple shots in. Yeah, Jake Paul's looks like around his eye was bleeding.
Yeah. So,
but
we gonna see what happens next. Like you said again,
knock him out, Mike.
Like you
One
said,
last time.
November 15th, Netflix special, man.
Oh yeah, it is gonna be on Netflix.
It's gonna be on Netflix. So I mean, we gonna see if Mike Tyson actually makes it all the way in, or if they can push the fight back again. But I mean, all in all, before we move on, what you rating the fight? Scale of 1 to 10. If you had to rank it between, okay, if you had these people, we had to watch these fights: a Gervonta Davis fight, a Jake Paul fight, a Shakur fight, and a Devin Haney fight. What order you going in?
Shakur, Devin Haney.
What's number 1?
Jake Paul, and then what was the other one?
Gervonta.
Like Ryan Garcia, number 1.
Ooh, spicy. Hey man, but we got it all here, man. Best fight, best boxing news ever.
Ryan Garcia's gone crazy.
You think so? You know, he says
he's banned for a whole year.
No, but he says he's gonna have an exhibition fight, like in Japan or something like that, or somewhere overseas. He's gonna do an exhibition fight. Do the same thing like.
But who would he fight?
You know they don't care
somebody from overseas.
You know, little Padawan, little ping pong. You know, somebody that don't even. It's boxing. Everything's racist in boxing.
No, just kidding. But let us know what else, what other fights you want to see. UFC, boxing. Let us know, is Shakur Stevenson the worst watch in professional fighting? And is slap boxing even better than Shakur's fights? Have you seen it where they do it's not technically slap boxing, but they have a slap off?
You mean when the girls slap each other?
They do girls or dudes. They both do it.
Wait. We talk about when the girls slap each other face or when they slap each other butts?
Faces. And it could be a girl or guy.
I seen that. I seen the slap. Oh man, the slap wars be crazy.
Slap
That's why you don't slap box.
It's got